Yo, what's going on, guys? So in this video, I'm pretty much just gonna show you how this song came from this.
Post no shade at her, trying to dim her light. When things go wrong, then they end up right. She like a face down with it end up right. She call on me, they could been upright.
To this.
Post no shade at her, trying to dim her light. When things go wrong, then they end up right. She like a face down with it end up right. She call on me, they could been upright.
Now this one is gonna be a little different because I'm not mixing. I actually invited my mentor to come over here and mix a record for you guys. So I asked questions that I thought you guys would like to ask. If I missed any, comment below. All right, so what you doing right now? You about to just set up the session?
Yeah, I'm just got the session in. They did send me a rough mix, but I think this is the reference mix is kind of what's happening right here.
Okay, so do you usually keep what they're gonna, like, do you keep their settings?
Yeah, I used to not. I used to kind of just start from complete scratch, but I just found it's easier just to kind of shape what's there rather than just starting from complete scratch. You know, because they're already married to the sound. Yeah, to the sound. They've been listening to the rough mix and they kind of fall in love with it, and they just need to get that tightened up a little bit. Okay. So that's probably what we're gonna do.
She don't want you in the business.
I might hear some stuff right off the bat, and the vocals seem a little harsh and boomy at the same time.
Yeah, I would say boomy. Yeah, for sure boomy.
Boomy, yeah. And they're harsh to me. They're really edgy.
So I guess my biggest question before we start, I know that you're this is kind of like a different environment for you. So how do you feel about working on like different speakers? Like, is it just how do you get a different feel of like working in a different environment to mix?
Well, I don't usually work in a different environment, so you just got to listen to some music, first and foremost that you're very familiar with, so you kind of see how the room sounds, how the speakers sound. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of just familiarize yourself with something that you're familiar with, so you kind of have a baseline.
Okay.
It's always best, I think, to mix in your happy place. Like I'm hearing the boominess in the vocal, but I don't know, is that boomy because the vocals are boomy or because the speakers are boomy? I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
But I know that you mix on these speakers all the time, so I assume the boominess is coming from the vocal, not from the room. First of all, we're just dealing with a 2-track, so if I'm dealing with a 2-track, a lot of times I'll just pull up the.
Putting it on the mix bus?
No, I just put it on the 2-track.
Oh, you put it on the 2-track?
Yeah, okay. I'm keeping my mix bus clean.
Okay.
Yeah, some people like to mix into compression, and it's not that I never do it, but a lot of times I start with a clean mix bus. Things respond differently when you're mixing into compression.
It does.
It feels different, and sometimes that's cool. But I think usually with a 2-track beat and vocals, I don't really see any need to be mixing into compression. I just do everything on a channel specific level.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't glue a mix together with just a 2-track and vocals, you probably shouldn't be mixing, honestly.
She don't want you in the business.
What are you doing right now? You game staging?
Kind of, yeah. I'm still just kind of getting a feel.
She don't want you in the business.
She just want to start a business.
Just kind of feeling what the God Particle is doing to the 2-track. It's kind of bringing it to life a little bit.
Do you really focus on those high, mid, and low meters?
Yeah, yeah, I do.
Yeah?
Yeah, I do. Definitely do. Everything seems to be in the right place, though. Yeah, I don't really have...
So you don't mind it going over? Like, no. You like it to be over
especially
a little bit?
the low, I don't, yeah. I've just found that, you can hit the low end a lot harder than what their recommended dosage is here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. And you kept that limiter at 5.
I kept it, yeah.
God Particle at default, and you just...
I did, yeah. I just brought the input down, which, bringing the input down, even though the limiter is at 5, if you bring the input down, it's not going to be hitting the limiter as hard. So,
sure.
So essentially similar to bringing down the limiter level.
Okay.
She don't want you in the business.
She just want to start a business.
Yeah, all right, let's focus on these vocals. Yeah, right now the vocals are just kind of irritating me.
They're overbearing?
Yeah, overbearing. Mm-hmm. They're not sitting in the pocket. They're boomy, harsh, edgy. It's just not pleasing right now.
Hey, she don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions.
So that's the frequency right there that's really booming right there.
Hey, she don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
Yes, we're going to start from scratch on these.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, and if you get a mix where there's a lot of crazy effects, a lot of filtering, a lot of, things that are really creative that it'd be hard to recreate, I keep all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just a sense of trying to reinvent the wheel when it's already there.
Especially effects. So what you're just going to end up routing the vocals to a bus as well?
All right, so I'm going to, usually what I like to do, I like to keep parts of the song together. So for instance, this is gonna be the hook bus.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna, for the hook, even though I got 2 different artists on the hook, bust their 2 vocals to 1 bus.
Okay. And I still see that you're going with this pop vocal preset from the C4.
Yeah, it's usually a good starting point, yeah. Oh yeah, you got your plugins, okay, you can do both.
Both. Yeah, you can do both.
Do both.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can do both.
Oh, yeah. How do you do that? All right,
I'll definitely show you how to do that though.
All right, okay.
Go to settings. I think it's right there. Yeah, go right down there. You see organize, plugin menus, category, and manufacturer.
Oh, look at that. Category and matter. Oh, you can do both. Mm-hmm. Oh, I love it. All right, I'm doing that today. I gotta go my dark old school skin too.
So you choose this by preference. Hey, because when I came to the studio the other day, I'm like, you updated your plugins yet?
I mean, that's what I've been looking at for 20 years, yeah.
Some things you just don't want to change.
It's funny. We got all the same plugins, though.
Yeah, I felt like you were going to be fine here.
Yeah, I know that there's nothing that I use that you don't already have, that's for sure. And you probably got it for free. All right.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
All right. I don't know. You can laugh all you want, but I love the stock Pro Tools compressor. Start with the vocal over preset.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business. She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business. She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business. She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions.
You know what I've been doing with SSL Channel? I've been turning off that analog a lot.
Yeah, I just saw a article the other day too about, I don't know who the engineer was, but he's got a lot of credits to his name, talking about how he hates how most of these plugins default to the analog setting on. All it does is just introduces noise.
It does.
It's just noise.
It does.
Yeah, it should default to off. You start adding those instances of hits. It builds up, and then you can even see your little meter at the end just kind of.
That's what I noticed.
Yeah, I don't usually freak out about metering. Some people are obsessed with metering. I'm never really, unless it's like.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all.
Peg and red.
Yeah.
And
I've noticed that too. If it's dipping and dabbing in that red, it's not really.
I don't worry about red at all. And actually, people don't realize this too in Pro Tools. There's actually headroom after red too. So it's not like red doesn't actually mean you're even clipping. You still actually have a little extra headroom.
A little bit of headroom.
Headroom after red.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions.
But using clipping and distortion, to your advantage they've been doing that for years. I mean, for decades.
Facts.
I don't really worry about clipping unless it sounds bad.
Yeah.
Put up, shine like a beacon,
Right, so right now I'm hearing that and I'm responding. That's harsh, loud.
So what are you going to do to kind of fix that edgy loudness?
All right, so we're going to make a vocal bus. So this is Ace's verse. Let's make a vocal bus for Ace.
Then they end up right. She like a face down with it end up right. She call on me, nigga been upright. Flawless, and she know all this. And she stay turned on, no off switch.
All right, so I just dragged the plugins basically that were on the hook over to the verse. And right off the bat, it sounded 10 times better. Way better.
It did.
Seeking, lady in the streets in the sheet, she freaking leaking. Maybe stay in on the weekend, girl, just lay down, let me get the feast.
But if you see, I don't use a million plugins. It's just simple stuff. The Waves SSL channel I've been using for 20 years. Stock, compressor limiter, the Waves de-esser, routed to a vocal bus with pop vocal preset on there. A lot of times I'll end up pulling some bottom end out of the pop vocal on the bottom band, but right off the bat, it sounds fine. RVox. RVox is an industry standard. So many hits on the radio, this thing is on. Now here's the thing. I know most people espouse sending your effects to a bus, rather than putting them on an insert, using your effects on a bus. Mm-hmm. And I do that, but sometimes I don't, it just depends. Like I said, some guys are template guys. I'm not a template guy. Mm-hmm. I respond and react to every session differently. And this, we're actually going to put a little verb on an insert. We're not going to make a separate bus for the verb. I like simplicity, and I like to be able to open a session, look at it, and know instantly what's happening. I don't want all this stuff to get in the way of the creativity. I love Neoverb. Absolutely love Neoverb. The quality of the reverb is excellent. These are actually built on exponential audio algorithms. Anyone who's been doing this long enough. If you know, you know, the exponential audio reverbs were some of the best around. And then Izotope came in, bought them out, and they've used his algorithms in their reverbs. But it's a great little interface. You know, you got your early reflections in the blue, and you got plate and hall, and you can actually just take the little thing here and move around if you want more early reflections. You want a blend of all three, so you can really play with the reverb.
I'm seeking, lady in the streets in the sheet, she freaking, leaking. Maybe stay in on the weekend, girl, just lay down, let me get the feast in.
And now this is where maybe I'm getting a little trouble here because I don't really know the speakers as well as I know my own. I still hear a little bit of a upper mid honkiness in the vocal.
Cheesing and she a rider, like I put the keys in. Post those shade at her, trying to dim her light. But when things go wrong, then they end up right. She like a face now, with it end up right.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Okay, it kind of warms up the vocal.
Yeah.
You know, there's no right or wrong. Some people like their vocals real bright and in your face. Some people like them real warm. I tend to lean towards the warm as my own personal preference, but it's not really me. It's what the client wants.
Yeah, for sure.
I have a feeling that warm vocals stand the test of time better. There's so many trends in audio that, you know, date your audio or date your song.
It does.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that's
like
so,
a lot of auto-tune or just anything it could be.
It's that's so 80s or that's so early 2000s or there's certain things I think that stand the test of time. I think drier vocals.
Thank you.
And not as bright. Drier and warmer stand the test of time.
Close and kiss. You're the fucking best. Other girls are less.
Now, here's the thing. Some people love them, some people don't. I've had people who want all their breaths gone. I have other people who
want to keep them and just have them turn down.
Yeah, I never just cut breaths out. I mean,
you just kind of turn them down?
I always turn breaths down if they're...
just gives it that natural.
Totally. If you take a breath out, it sounds very unnatural. You know?
Listen, she love when the niggas low kissing. Yeah. Come over late night mission. Yeah.
Okay, it's just... I see how they got it routed. Drag this over here.
Listen, she love when the niggas low kissing. Yeah. Come over late night mission. Yeah.
You know what? Let's just take that delay and stick it on the track.
Listen, she love when the niggas low kissing. Yeah. Listen, she love when the niggas low kissing. Yeah. Come over late night mission. Yeah.
All right. So I just noticed that the beat was bussed to another bus.
Did it have something on it?
It's just got a little high pass filter on the beat, but it's actually kind of steep. It's all the way up.
That is very steep.
Up at 40.
Yeah.
That's all. I mean.
Hey, she don't want the attention. She don't want y'all mentions. She don't want you in the DM.
Whoa.
That was like.
She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
She just. Yeah, that's a big
difference.
Big difference.
That's a lot of bottom end that was gone. To me, that sounded good.
Good. No, to me, it did too.
Yeah. All right. So I'm saving this. Let's run some of this stuff here. I want to see where this. Yeah. See what I'm missing here.
And we can go down on whatever you want to start with on this.
All right.
Man, have decent. She the type that a real one.
I still feel like I'm getting a little weird upper mid edginess out of Ace's vocal on his verse. Let's run it through some analog stuff. See if we can take care of that.
We're gonna bypass the compressor that you used in the mix, and then you're gonna try this DA-3A.
Yeah. So how do I get to it?
Go like the plug-in, and you see IO down, all the way down. Down.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Let's pull up the DA-3A.
Man, have decent. She the type that a real one seeking. Lady in the streets in the sheet, she freaking leaking. Make me stay in on the weekend. Girl, just lay down. Let me get the feast in. Why you wanna play around? No, I keep you cheesing. And she a rider, like I put the keys in.
All right, I'm being honest. This is all right.
It's not instantly.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't done anything yet.
Yeah.
But just the fact you can do that.
Yeah.
You can make me stay in on the weekend. Girl, just lay down. Let me get the feast in. Why you wanna play around? No, I keep you cheesing. And she a rider.
That does sound freaking
great,
good.
Man. That sounds like butter.
Oh my God.
That 3A sounds like butter. That's what I mean.
That just fixed it.
Yeah.
Totally just fixed what I thought it was hearing. I didn't even do anything. I just turn it on and turn down the peak reduction just a little bit, and oh my God.
She can make a demon have decent. She the type that a real one seeking. Lady in the streets in the sheet, she freaking leaking. Make me stay in on the weekend. Girl, just lay down.
Yeah. I mean, first of all, it warmed up the vocal big time. Yeah. It totally took that edginess out of it. It really controlled it. The vocals sounded tighter and warmer. It was, I mean, huge difference right off the bat.
Okay.
We both heard it, yeah. It's on the hook. Let's try the 1178.
You want to do 1178?
Yeah.
All right, so the 1178, how this one works is it's already, so you're going to do a mono?
Yeah, how about, all right, let's run just a bus on the chorus. Let's replace our RVox.
So you're gonna replace the RVox with the 1178?
Yes.
Okay.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
She just wanna start a business. Roll weed and burn incense.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
She just wanna start a business. Roll weed and burn incense.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
Does sound good.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the.
So that's the decision you would have made with the 1178 in this mix if you would have substituted for the RVox?
I would have used left side on one channel, one vocal, and then right side on another vocal.
Another one?
Yeah, that's how I ideally would have done it.
Okay.
I was just trying to see how it sounded replacing the RVox, and it sounds freaking good. Now the Gainlab, is that a stereo?
So this is a stereo, kind of like an LA2A compressor.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions.
So right now I have, I'm gonna just turn this all the way down for you.
She just wanna start a business.
There you go. So that's just the main compressor, but this is the second compressor kicking in when you do this.
I didn't like the second compressor, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, to me it's a very strong DS.
Yeah, I was taking the top end out of it.
She hate when nigga go missing.
A new way I've been mixing, I got it on air mode.
Air mode, I hear it,
you hear it, right?
I hear it,
So I used to mix in full, so listen to that one.
All right, let's see.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM.
So that's the body pretty much?
All right, switch it.
She just wanna start a business. Roll weed and burn incense. Princess coming out the trenches.
I like the air mode.
Yeah, I love air mode. I love air mode.
Yeah, definitely love air mode.
She don't want the attention. She don't want y'all in her mentions. She don't want you in the DM. She don't want you in the business.
That sounds really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds really good.
Listen.
Yeah, it just brings out the detail in the vocal. It's got that nice crispness, but it's not too much. That sounds really good because it's a tube opto compressor, like an LA2A or a CL1B.
So I compare it to those two. It's more to me like a CL1B because you have that functionality.
This thing is a beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think this is a great setup, man. I'm impressed.
I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it.
Very cool setup.
All right, guys, and that being said, I hope you guys learned something. I'm not gonna lie, just seeing the growth in my studio and, you know, Paul seeing from me having just a laptop and a computer and me picking his brain, asking the most basic questions to having my own studio. I know you guys can do the same thing and more. Like, trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. So that being said, guys, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and all the gear that I've used, well, that Paul's used in this video will be linked in the description, and you know I have more gems on the way for you guys.